What's up guys, my name's Brandon and I've been running iOS 11.3 beta 1 for a week now, so I figured I'd bring you guys a follow-up video and tell you how it's been treating me here on my iPhone 8 Plus. So we're going to be talking about some more new features and changes that I didn't talk about in my first video, as well as the battery life and the performance on this first beta of 11.3. So first of all, let me just say that iOS 11.3 is definitely an update you're going to want to update to if you are not interested in jailbreaking. And we're going to talk a little bit more about why that is and also how the battery and performance have been here in a few minutes. Alright, so in my original iOS 11.3 beta 1 video, I found over 10 new features and changes, but of course after playing around with the OS a little bit more, doing a little bit more research online, I found some more new features and changes that I think you guys will be interested to see. And once again, I am using the iPhone 8 Plus here for these videos instead of the iPhone 10 because my iPhone 10 is jailbroken, so I'm going to be having to show you guys screenshots of the new features on the iPhone 10, unfortunately. But anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these new changes. And the first one comes in the App Store. So if you go to an App Store page right here, if you go to a page of an application and click on the reviews section right here and go to see all reviews, you can now sort the reviews by most helpful, most favorable, most critical, and also most recent. So this is super convenient, and this is a feature I've been wanting since like iOS 8 days. So this is a feature I've been wanting forever in the App Store to be able to sort the reviews, and now you can do that with iOS 11.3. And speaking of the App Store, now in iOS 11.3, you're going to be getting notifications when applications get automatically updated. So you can see here we have a notification on the lock screen that shows 5 applications got automatically updated since the last time you unlocked your device. So this is pretty convenient if you do have this option enabled in your settings. I personally do not have this option enabled because it does drain battery, but if you do, this is a really nice new feature. Also in the health application, we now have a new section called health records, and when you click on it, you can see it is in its beta phase. It says access your health records, add online accounts for participating health networks and hospitals. You can manage clinical health records from multiple sources right on your iPhone, and new records are automatically updated. So this is really nice if you like keeping track of your health records. Of course, all this information will be encrypted, so it's really, really nice if you're into this kind of thing. And we have another new feature here in the App Store, and this is exclusive to the iPhone 10, so of course I will be using a screenshot here, but you can see we have a new button, a new animation down there for iPhone 10 users when you go to install an application. You can see it says confirm with side button, and it has a much more clear indication of what you're supposed to do to install that application. So that's a nice little change there. So if you go to Safari and we go to our bookmarks page right here, you can see that the bookmarks now have these little icons here, icon folders that really just look like the home screen of your device, the home screen of your Springboard, instead of just a blank file folder like they were in 11.2.5 and below. So you can see it on the news and popular right here. Definitely looks a lot better now in iOS 11.3. And another feature exclusive to iPhone 10 users is for family purchasing. So if you do family purchases, you can now use Face ID for family purchases on the iPhone 10, whereas before you would just have to type in the password, the whole password, every time you wanted to authenticate a purchase when you use family purchases. Now in Apple Music, when you tap on the artist or the album label in the now playing screen, you're going to be able to choose if you want to go to the artist, the album, or the playlist that's currently playing. So this is a great feature that when I did have a Apple Music subscription, a feature that I really wish existed. So this is now a feature in 11.3. So if you do have Apple Music, you're definitely going to be using this. So those are some more new features and changes I found in 11.3. I'm sure there are other ones out there. This is just what I found so far. And of course, there are going to be more features in the second beta as well. So definitely stay tuned for that video. Now, battery life on the iPhone Plus running iOS 11.3 beta 1 has been tremendous, especially for a first beta. The battery life is noticeably better than iOS 11.2.5, and I found myself getting around, 30 to 33 minutes more on screen time on 11.3 beta 1 versus 11.2.5. So that's definitely a great sign when you can tell that the battery life is better on a very first beta. So if you're interested in battery life, which most of you guys are, you definitely want to update to this, of course, if you're not interested in jailbreaking. Now, as far as performance goes, it has been great so far. I mean, it does seem a little bit smoother than 11.2.5, nothing too major, but in terms of just day-to-day usage and animations and 3D touch animations and things like that, it does seem a little bit smoother, a little bit more smooth, but again, it's nothing too noticeable that you're really going to notice. Most of your average everyday users are not really going to notice a huge performance boost with 11.3. I mean, you may see that the benchmarks say it's faster, but it doesn't really feel too much faster than 11.2.5, just smoother is the word I would use. Now, I did have a couple of app crashes over the past week, but that's kind of expected from a first beta, but it's definitely not bad. Nothing that would make me want to downgrade to 11.2.5 or anything like that. So overall, iOS 11.3 is a really impressive first beta with a lot of great new changes and great battery life as well. Of course, with more new changes and hopefully better battery life to come. Of course, we will have more features and settings for battery as well, which I did talk about in my first video. We're definitely going to be seeing some great changes coming in the future with the future betas of 11.3. But anyways, I'm curious about you guys. Have you installed iOS 11.3? If you have, let me know down in a comment below how it's been treating your device. Also, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and stay tuned for a lot more iOS 11.3 coverage, of course, and future versions of iOS as well. But anyways, guys, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon.